Good morning, everybody. I know it's been a week. I was on vacation. I'm so sorry. But I was spending time with my grandkids. And yeah, I was present for that. So there was no readings last week. But we are back home now and ready to do a reading. So I'm not sure which tarot I want to use today yet. I've got the Light Seers. I've got Alice. I've got the Mermaids. But I think, actually, what I'd like to use is this, the Tattoo Tarot. This was one of the first decks I bought, and I wasn't exactly thrilled with it because it was a little bit off from what I was used to in the way of reading cards, but I have a little more experience now, so let's see if I can make these work. And if not, then you know what? We go back to the other ones. No big deal. There is a book with it, so we'll leave that out just in case. And it has been so long since I've done a reading that I did not light my candles. So give me a moment while I do that. And call in spirit guides, ancestors, all the beautiful people. Nothing but good may enter. My dogs agree. There we go. So I hope everyone had a good week. I trust it was well. I know here in Albuquerque we had a lot of wind yesterday. It was pretty crazy. Back about, I'd say about a year and a half ago, I used to correlate the wind with my level of knowledge I was gaining. So if that is still the case, then this should be a pretty intense reading. We'll see. I don't know. Ganesh. Lord Ganesh. Hand us the messages we need to receive today. Thank you. Alrighty. And then one last thing, guys. I know I'm out of sorts today. I'm so sorry. But it is what it is our sage. So, you know, being that I forgot to do this and I'm out of practice, let's talk a minute about cleansing. Do you guys, I just spent the last hour cleaning my house because I couldn't even get ready for work in the disarray that it was. But do you guys regularly cleanse your homes? Some cleansing things that I like to do are incense, particularly lemongrass when it's a big cleanse. Sage, obviously, Palo Santo. And then a new thing I started doing, and I realized that not everybody does it, is mopping with just a cap full of Florida water in your mop water. That seems to, it puts a really nice smell in the air, and it is, in fact, a spiritual cleanser. So that's your PSA for today. And with that, now that we are cleansed and our candles are lit, let's see what kind of messages we can get for today. So, like I said, these are brand new, so they have not been shuffled yet. Let's see. We'll do 3 times and then see what jumps out. So it is almost the end of February, guys. This year is flying by already. I listened to the daily energy report from Christine Strong today. I don't know if you guys listened to it, but we are in the 55th gate in the 5th line. So there's a 555 energy out there. You know, it's 5s are about change, and change doesn't have to be bad. It just is, right? The only thing you can count on with change is that it's always going to happen. So, a little prequel to our reading here today. So, spirit guides, ancestors, angels, source, creator, God, messages for today. 5 of Wands in reverse. I like this deck. It's, I know it's 5 of Wands. Does it say anywhere? It says drawing number 72. Interesting. 5 of Wands in reverse. So 5s, again, are about change. Interesting, we got a 5 on the rip. So Wands are creation. So this is conflicting ideas. Okay, this doesn't have to be with another person. You know, maybe this conflict is such that you know it's bad for you, but you want to do it anyway. It could be more subtle. I think I told you guys a story last week about the word safe and home for me. They are conflicting ideas in my subconscious, but I wasn't aware of that, right? It could be conflicting ideas about I don't know, anything. That you need to turn left to go to work, but you turn right because there's a detour in the road and it just doesn't feel right. But, you know, God might be protecting you from something on the left-hand side. It's any of these ideas that conflict. It could be you and your partner wanting different things. You want kids, they don't. Either way, you're feeling somewhat conflicted today. And it's okay, you know, because that's how we discern, that's how we weed through all of the muck to get to what it is we want, right? And this is part of shadow work, guys. This is part of shadow work. Understanding our own conflicts, understanding our own paradoxes, understanding our own conflicts within ourselves is something that needs to be done. Because if you don't understand yourself, if you don't understand what's conflicting, then you're manifesting and your relationships and everything just kind of gets stuck, right? And we don't want to stay there, but that's kind of where we're at. We need to be there at times. We have to contemplate these things. It's ebbs and flows, right? You'll ride the wave and then the wave will recede, and that's okay. So this might be the time for receding, for going within, for understanding, for seeing what it is that's conflicted within yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Can I get some more messages about this inner conflict? We have, sorry if you see my head, guys. I haven't brushed my hair yet, so that'll be fun. This card does not want to come up. Hold on, guys. I seriously need 2 hands for this. Okay. We have the 3 of Pentacles. So 3 of Pentacles is community. I see this when at first looking at it in this deck. It's drawing number 75. I see it as a family. A family, you know, I see the mother, the father, and I don't know that this is what it was intended, but this is what I'm seeing. And I see the child, right? But I see the child as more on the masculine side of things, more on the logical side of things. And if you think of a child and our community and the way we raise our kids, because you know it takes a village, the first thing we do is teach them logic, you know, right from wrong. We don't really teach them about their emotions, right? And when you haven't been taught how to regulate your emotions or what those things are, how to handle them, etc., then you get in this conflict of, hang on one second, guys, I need a sip of coffee. You get in this conflict of not wanting to feel what you feel, right? Here's a good example. If you have let's say, you know, a 3-year-old and they're learning to navigate the stairs for the first time and they fall, right? And it hurts. And many of you who have kids know that we do this. We laugh because if we can just distract them, it may not hurt as much, right? And that's good. I mean, I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that. Or on the opposite side, we pick them up and we're so overly soothing that they still have not felt that hurt, right? And when we're trying to prevent the hurts for our children and not let them feel hurt, you know, we want to protect them from everything. Well, then when they're older and they hurt, they have no idea how to handle it. So they distract themselves from it. Enter shopping addictions, drug addictions, gambling addictions, work addictions, you know, going to the gym addictions. They don't have to be bad things that they're addicted to, but they distract because that's what we taught them on how to emotionally regulate. Because right from wrong is easier, right? It's black and white. It's yes and no. That navigating emotions is much harder to do. But in order to have the community and the happy, healthy, whole person that we are, that embodies feminine and masculine energies, we have to navigate those emotions. I myself was never taught that. I still navigate my emotions not very healthily, and am taking steps to improve that. And that being the case, since I didn't know how, well, how could I possibly have taught my children that? I don't beat myself up for the fact that they can't do it because I didn't have the knowledge to give them. But I think what Spirit is telling us here is it's a thing, right? I'm giving you the knowledge now, so now go do something with it. You know, it's what is that, plausible deniability? If you don't know something, then you can't be held accountable for it. Well, now you know, so now you're accountable. And that's okay. I mean, we all need to be accountable, especially to ourselves. Next card out is the Tower. Wow, that is a beautiful Tower card. And it says that this is card number 17. So that has stayed with the old tarot. I think the old tarot was 17. I can't remember, but this one is 16 up here. 16, 17. It's a progression, right? Excuse me. It's Tower is about sudden change. It's something that's unexpected. It catches you off guard. It's, you know, in this card, it's burning down the building of what was, right? And so the foundation is, it doesn't look stable here. So if your foundation is not stable, right, anything you build is going to crumble at some point, because you have to have that solid foundation, that cornerstone, those 4 pillars, right? We talk about the 4 pillars in Reiki, in shamanism. There's the 4 directions, but the number 4, you know, the corners, you know, those provide the stability for whatever you're going to build on top of it. If that foundation isn't solid, then it's eventually going to come crashing down at all times. So I think the message here is to learn to build a solid foundation. Take the time, right? It takes longer. It's measured twice, cut once. You know, my grandpa used to say that all the time, or so I'm told. And you will have less towers in your life. But the other thing too is unexpected could be good, right? It doesn't have to be bad. You can look at things as in your highest good. Now, there's a risk of becoming toxic with the positivity. They call it toxic positivity, when you don't allow yourself to feel the negatives. You don't allow yourself to see the negatives. So there's a balance that has to go there. You know, feel the hurt. You spent a lot of time building this building, a long time. You put a lot of effort. You put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. So to watch it fall is heart-wrenching, right? It's sad. It's grief. It's mourning. It's allowing those feelings to come up and feel them and not distract yourself from them, right? Learn how to navigate the unexpected and then go back and build a solid foundation. Okay? And that way, if you take it slow, if you build each level at a solid foundation, you're less likely to lose the building at the end. It flipped, but I guess it doesn't want to come out. All right. Tell me about this Tower. The Tower is the 9 of Swords in the reverse. So the first thing I see here is the 2, right? And I don't know what this symbol is. I'm so sorry, guys. You're probably screaming at the camera right now, but that's okay. I'm just not entirely sure what it means. I think it's a rune. I could be wrong. Let's see. Let's look at the runes. You know, I've been kind of feeling like I wanted to learn the runes here soon. Yeah, it's a rune. So I could probably look that up. I think I do have a rune book. You know what? We're going to take the time, because we're going to build a solid foundation. This is what taking the time is, guys. I could skip past it and say, oh, well, you know, we'll figure it out later, blah, blah, blah. But no, we're going to seek the knowledge and understand what that symbol means, because it jumped out at me. It is not on that page. Oh, guys. I'm going to try to keep talking because I hate silence in a video, but you can look along with me. If you see it, scream at the camera. I'll hear you. Not seeing it yet. Nothing there. Not there. Not there. Where is that H? Interesting. Maybe it's not in this book. Maybe it's not a rune. Maybe we're not meant to look it up. Maybe we're just not meant to know. You know, I guess the lesson here is, when do you give up? I'm about to, because I'm getting frustrated with it. Yeah, it's not in here. I don't know, guys. I'll try to find it and post it later. Either way, it is that symbol. It's probably an astrological symbol that I'm freaking out about. But either way, and then the number 2, right? 2 is balance. And you see that the hands are tied, right? When it's in the upright, they're literally tying their own hands. This is the 9 of Swords. This is overthinking. It's everything within your own head. Everything's about to fall down on you, and you're just giving up. And there's a lot of rune symbols on their hand right there. I don't know if you can see. But with this being in the reverse, it's understanding that you're overthinking. Again, allowing it. Let it pass. You know, talk to it. I'll tell you a funny story. I have a lamp in my house that is my emotions. I just have decided that that piece is my emotions. When I'm feeling in a negative way and I don't understand it, I will look at the lamp and ask it, what are you doing here? Why are you here? What is the lesson? What are you here to teach me? And I try to look at it from an observer perspective. And don't think that you need to, you know, have me committed right now, because I've shared some batshit crazy things about myself, but that's okay. 9 of Swords is understanding that it's all in your head. That you do create your own reality. That the things that you think about are what come about. And again, not a bad thing, because now you have the knowledge. Now you can build a bigger foundation. Now you can start to dismiss with love those negative thoughts and those negative feelings, and, you know, honor them, appreciate them, be grateful for the lessons that they brought you or the knowledge that they brought you, and then let them go with love. I mean, guys, we don't laugh at a joke forever, right? So why are we crying over spilled milk forever? Okay, I feel like I'm getting on a soapbox here, so we're gonna bring it down a minute, and we're gonna get some advice for the day. What's our advice for today? For all these changes, what is our advice for today? What? We'll do one more and then I'll go to Oracle. What is the advice for today? Advice for today? The World. That is a beautiful World card. Number 1, nope, number 68, which happens to be my son's football number. Oddly enough. It's funny. See, it's guys, it's what do numbers mean to you, right? The card is the number 21 card. What does 21 mean to you? You know, 21 in the American culture is when you're old enough to drink. Right? Which, at one time it was 18 and there was a whole grandfather clause, etc., blah, blah, blah. But 21 in the American culture, for the most part, makes you an adult old enough to go out and drink. So they, you know, one could see 21 as the meaning of an adult. But either way, it's the world. It is that cycle has completed, right? And she's a warrior. I mean, she knows what happened. She's looking back at what happened, right? She's looking back towards these cards. She understands how they all play together, how they had to come in order, how it all had to happen to complete it. And she's not showing emotion about it. She's looking at it from that logical side. She's looking at it as, okay, well, maybe it wasn't built properly and it needed to be torn down. And it was all in my head and it wasn't really happening. And I was conflicted about it myself. And she's looking at all of this with love and gratitude and understanding. I see a feather in there, which feathers represent angels in my world. I also see, like, in this cycle, it looks like a ram, like the ram's horn. So that Aries fire, that creation energy, that passion, if you will. Her hair seems to be blowing so that she's got her back to the wind. And she almost looks satisfied, like the bad bitch that she is, I guess. And then the rose, right? So the rose, as soon as I said that, I heard the song The Rose by Bette Midler in my head. You know, it's a river. Love is a river. Go look up the words to that song, but it's a beautiful song. And if you look at it from a spiritual perspective and you hear it as the love of oneself and not the love of another person, it'll take on a whole new meaning for you guys, because it's how you think about it is what you bring about, right? So those are the messages for today. I am going to get one message from an oracle, just because that's what we do. And I actually pulled these cards out because my grandkids like to play with them, but we were playing outside and having so much fun we never got a chance to use them. So I will use them here with you. But this is the Backyard Blessings inspirational cards, and they just love them because they, you know, I mean, they're little kids. They love them. I'm a little kid and I love them, so there's that. But our inspirational message for today. Can I get an inspirational message for today? I get two. Stillness. learn from Mantis to pause and meditate before taking action. You may be tempted to leap at the first opportunity, but something even better might be just around the corner. Praying Mantis. So praying Mantis and this, listen and be still. In the human design report, if you are a projector, and if you go look that up, you'll understand what that means. I can't tell you exactly what it means. I'm still learning about it, but I do know that as a projector, when you react, when you make decisions too quickly, too emotionally, they're generally wrong. Projectors need to sleep on it. They need to let the emotions settle before they make that decision. And it looks like that's what this is saying, right? Pause, meditate before taking action. And then make a move. You've done all the planning and scheming. Now it's time to put your ideas and inspiration into action. Make a bold move. Pirate bug. So, I mean, they're two, it's kind of like our conflict. They're two opposing cards. Be still and meditate before taking action. But then once you're done planning and scheming, go put your ideas and inspirations into action. Don't forget the action part, right? Don't get so lost in the meditation and the contemplation that you forget to take the action. It's a balance, guys. Everything's a balance, right? So those are your messages for today. I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys so much, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Love and light.